Seriously, he's kind of cute, isn't he? 40 plus 10 plus 4, 50 HP, 59 attack, 29 speed, 42 defense, 39 res. Amity Blooms, such a stupidly good tome. If units within 2 space of an ally, inflicts attack res -5 on foe during combat, which increases defense and res, which is already venerable. Or, well, it's not venerable, but it's great. It's fantastic. 42 defense, 39 res, becomes 47 defense and 44 res. His attack at 64 is already pretty high, but now goes up to 64. Of course, he also has a bit of healing during combat, which is ridiculous. 4 HP during combat. This tome is busted. Swap Ignis. I mean, it doesn't really matter what special he use. He hits so hard, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's your choice. He's a pretty well min-max hero to have very little speed anyways, so. Close counter, of course. Yeah, you don't really need close foil or anything like that. And counterattacking dragons is really nice. Vengeful... Put a blessing on him already! Vengeful Fighter is really, really good for getting your special quickly. But it's not fitting that well, right? So they attack -1, you attack -2, they attack -1, and then I guess use Ignis. Actually, it fits perfectly fine. What am I saying? Attack Smoke to drag out your defense and res even higher, and Bracing Stance too. So in totality, it's looking like +9, +9, so 51, 48, and then plus another 7 by dropping your opponent's attack by 7. So Alfonse reaching mid-50s effectively in defense and res, pretty ridiculous. Hitting a pretty strong 64 per shot with an Ignis at the end of all that, pretty ridiculous. Alfonse is one of the most broken mages in this game. In terms of green mages, his only competition is Halloween Henry. That's it. There's no real competition. That's how good Alfonse is. Stupidly good hero, but yeah. Actually has Blarfox, Rally Attacks Res plus, Moonbow, Swiss Sparrow 3, Law Speed Res 3, Joint Drive Res, and Deathblow 3. With 45 HP, 49 attack, 43 speed, 21 defense, and 22 res. Veronica's a really good hero, but I don't suggest this. Chat, do you think Veronica should actually use a build like this? Or Fury Desperation? Just asking you guys. Because it's pretty clear what I'm thinking of. The reason why I point this out is, when she's initiating, -4 res to your opponent, nice. +6 attacks, nice. -3 and they can't buff for res, nice. And then Deathblow, nice. But what does that total to? So that's 4, 6, 13, 19, 68 damage. At 68 damage, do you one-shot at your opponent? If they're red, I think you have a chance, but in general, no. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because she needs a second shot, and she can't really take a hit. 21 defense, 22 res, with 45 HP, she can take a hit, but she can't take more than one hit. So this build, as cool as it is, I could never really suggest, because unless she's killing one shot, she's not going to pull it off. But yeah, it gets pretty close. If you have buffs on her, then it works especially well. Now, in the context of Aether Raid's defense, yeah, she only needs 1 kill. So, in the context of 1 battle, yeah, this is perfectly good. Also, the Joint Drive Res is a huge commitment. There's only... Is it Edelgard? If it's Edelgard, why? Veronica, I think, has the most potential for modes like Hanzo Loki. Hanzo Loki, because her HP is freakishly high. And because in Hanzo Loki you only fight 1 time, and having high HP gives you more score, Hanzo Loki, Veronica shines the most. Outside of that, in every mode in general, if you run Desperation, she's a really dangerous hero. Outside of that, Aether Raid's defense in a build like this is perfectly sensible. But yeah, I would say in general, though, I would prefer Fury Desperation. But in the context of Aether Raids, this is really good in trying to guarantee that one-shot kill. Anyways, she's also really scary on offense, right? Because with this build, 3 speed, 7 speed, 4 speed, 14 extra speed, 57 speed, 68 attack, very deadly. And it's not like she's a pushover defensively. 25 defense and 26 res isn't bad. It's not great, but it isn't bad. So yeah, Veronica on initiation is pretty deadly with Blarfox. And I absolutely suggest her to get Blarfox. You just have to kill Ileana for her. Very easy to build, and she's a really good hero, and she's cute. So, great Veronica. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest this for general play, but for Aether Raids, absolutely. What? That's called peak luck, guys. Minus speed plus res. What? You even did steady breath on him? Oh, Van, bitch. That's a bit tad weird. Boy, Anakin, thanks for follow. And thank you, Thike. Oh, sorry, the Ike. I said Thike. The Ike. Thanks for follow as well. Alright, guys, look. Lawless Axe drops 1 cooldown, so 4 cooldown. Why is 4 cooldown awesome? So they attack -2, you attack -2, they attack -2, and then you attack. And if they can't double you somehow, you'll just get, they attack, you attack, and then you attack, and then you smoke them. And their first attack's reduced by 75%. Yeah, Steady Breath gets you a bit more defense and gets you more charge, and charges are special extremely quickly. Which means if you use QR, you're guaranteed to trigger Ether, which is deadly. I'm not sure why you use Vantage here. I would run QR and just run Deflect. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? Deflect melee. Okay, I get it now, but... Okay, so chat, what's happening then? So essentially, he wants to get to advantage somehow, which is silly, but sure. Say you're in advantage, you get initiation first. You attack first, then they attack, and because he's so slow, they attack and then they attack, which means it hits the criteria of consecutive attacks. You have 75% damage reduction on the first blow, and then 80% on the second blow. I don't know. Do you really need Steady Breath in these situations? Because the fast cooldown's not resulting to anything. It's just being used for defense +4 in that case. Right? Because if... Okay, so you attack. -2, they attack. -2, they attack. -2, your Ether's way charged. It's wasting 2 cooldown. If you ran something else, you attack. -1, they attack. -1, they attack. -1. And now you're only at 1 cooldown. So next battle, right? Actually, that still doesn't work. This is awkward. I guess Steady Breath is fine. Alright, I get it. This is just to make him as annoying as possible. I'm surprised you're using this in Ether Raid's offense. In Ether Raid's defense, this could just be a pain in the ass to deal with. Now, of course, if they just bait Gustav to attack... he's not hitting that hard, and he's not triggering Ether or anything. But everything else does still get accounted for. So if you attack, Loyalist Axe still triggers, and your Deflect Melee still triggers. So I guess it's not a bad idea. It's interesting, though. I thought you meant Plumeria. I just put a Plumeria up, and you just said, you know, and I just heard Wyvern Fly. I was just like, wait, what? And I was just like thinking about it for a moment. Anyways. Temptation anew, Plumeria. Wow, congratulations on maxing her. 40 plus 10 plus 2, 46 HP. What?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. If you guys can't put this together, this is supposed to be a support hero who incidentally, like, destroys worlds. I don't know. This is crazy. So, 58 attack at base. Brave Bow Plus means 2 shots off. When initiating, +8, +6, 14. And then at all times, -4 on your defense on your opponent. So essentially another 4. So in totality, that's what, 18?
76.
76 attack times 2. I don't think she's going to do the refreshing thing very often because she's so busy killing stuff. Yeah. So yeah, chat. That's a very, very deadly. That's actually kind of absurd.
More than just kind of, honestly.
I would run this in Ether Raid's defense because in Ether Raid's offense, she provides a ton of utility still. Yeah, that's true. But if you ran her elsewhere, I can't help but feel like in Ether Raid's defense, if she does Wings of Mercy in, she's just going to kill people. Like, it's not even going to be fair. 78 times 2 with Iceberg. Yeah, if she gets... Too bad she can't get refreshed, so that's the only thing, but yeah. Really, really good at Plumeria. I get it, though. As a Wings of Mercy option, she can go in to get a kill or use Sweet Dreams. And Sweet Dreams is really good, of course. All stats +3, and nearest foe takes all stats -4. Great, great hero. I didn't think... Wait. Why did I not think that? If you guys don't know, Peshal's the archer guy. He just keeps making archers. He's made more +10 archers than anybody else I've ever known, so... Yeah. Why did I not think the archer guy would make an archer +10?
And as somebody in chat has pointed out, this is Crom levels of damage.
Oh, yeah. And she's flying, so she doesn't get restricted in movement. Of course, you know, he has future vision. Or, wait, what's it called again?
To change fate.
To change fate. Not summoner. Alright, attack speed push. Good. Chill speed. Bad. Use desperation. Rouse attack speed. Pretty good. I don't know if you're where you're using this, because I don't see a blessing of any kind. Run desperation. That's all I can say. I'm sorry, we saw a couple of Veronicas today. Of course she's good, but move off Pack Blooms. Pack Blooms works horrendously on Veronica. Use Blarfox. Because if you want to be away from your allies to use a Rouse, you're going to stay away from them. If you're staying away from them, this doesn't work very well. Blarfox from Ileana is your best option. That way, when she's initiating, -4 to all stats to her opponents, which would increase your defense and res as well, essentially. But yeah, definitely use Desperation. Attack speed push will push you into it. It's not bad. This is a pretty decent. It kind of reminds me of Quick Impulse. What are you, Reinhardt? Okay, if it were me, I run attack speed push, attack defense solo. Rouse attack speed is fine. I would run desperation. Moonbow is fine. But I would run Blarfox definitely. I would do that instead. Yeah, this is really good for blue mages. Like, I'm tempted to kill Veronica off for my Valentine Lin, but that makes me sad because I think Veronica's super cool. I have said multiple times at this point, Plegian Bow is for anybody who cannot afford Spendthrift Bow. Plegian has to have you be sold, but it's not that bad, honestly. In practice, they're pretty similar. While Spendthrift can be used offensively, defensively, without any restrictions such as where you are placed next to an ally, Plegian Bow needs you to be sold, but once you're sold, +5 to any current penalty on each of those stats, and it's for attack and defense. So at all times, 5 extra attack, 5 extra defense, and if there are debuffs, it can go up to 19, -19 attack, for example. So with -7. You can actually go higher than that, but yeah, it's pretty nutty. If you're gonna run one solo though, run 3 solos, what I would say. So instead of Fury, I run attack speed solo, or yeah, attack speed or attack defense is what I would run. Dull range is fine. It is fine, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. But there are better options, I would say. Oh, you can run chills on her, for example. Desperation is also really good, of course. But yeah, you absolutely have to run attack smoke. But I would say, generally speaking, maybe try Mystic Boost in your B slot and attack smoke and then defense smoke here. Because you want to fully enable the Plegian Bow for as much damage output as possible, not to mention as much protection as possible. But once the attack smoke triggers, she essentially has +19 to defense and +19 to res. So acting as 49 and 48. 49 defense, 48 res, as well as a pretty good speed of 45 and 55 attack that's turning into 60. But yeah, I feel like you're halfway there. You just need a bit more help. Fury's not bad, but yeah, Plegian Bow wants to solo, so might as well run 2 solos, attack defense solo, attack speed solo, or run attack defense and attack speed here. Something like that would go a lot further. Or Mystic Boost here, attack smoke and defense smoke. Or run her with somebody who gets the debuffs. But yeah, she has a lot of flexibility because Plegian Bow is in fact that good. Anyways, pretty interesting to see. I was just not understanding this. Why did you do this? What? Why? I get it. Okay, so guard bearing, you hit her one time, she absorbs 50% of damage. Because she should outspeed you, right? With speed res solo, 48 speed. She attacks, and the next hit is a bonfire. But it's only 38 defense, which factors into 19 damage. I don't know, man. She's like hitting like a wet noodle. Like, that's the problem. What do you think, Mad Crash?
Laegjarn isn't terrible overall. I would say if you're gonna try and use her, Neo is still not a bad weapon either. It's very situational, but when you know that buffs are going to be very heavily present, yeah, it's a very good weapon because it just it inflates her stats to ridiculous degrees. Distant counter guard bearing is a very good combination for just about any flyer out there. Threat and attack defense 3. That's, oh god, that's a dead Rudolph.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes her hit harder and take hits a little bit better. And then speed res solo, it's one of the best seals in the game right now. So overall, it's a decently competent build. I would think plus speed would actually be better for Laegjarn than plus attack, actually.
In a build like this, absolutely go for plus speed, because that's the one thing I'm worried about is your speed. But again, without her perf, you're gonna sacrifice a lot of damage. So maybe try defense smoke, but yeah, you're really relying on that bonfire for the kills.
Doesn't her pref already give +3 to speed?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 more might than the Slaying Edge.
Yep.
Yeah, she didn't have a damage issue before because, you know, it's a perf. And then also, if they have buffs, it hits even harder. So it's an interesting build to run on her. It's just, if you go +10 and then completely maxed out, I think it could probably work. But as it is right now, that bonfire is not even guaranteed because you got to make sure you double. So yeah, I would go for plus speed and just get as many merges as you can if you really want to make this work. I get it though. It's just she's not really meant for this role, right? Her res is so ridiculously low. Guard bearing is what she's relying on. The speed res is what she's relying on. Like, she's not really meant for this, but you're trying really hard to make it work. I get it. It's kind of rough. So yeah, she's not really meant for DC, unfortunately. Laegjarn, does she really need a refine, chat? She was always a specialist. She kills certain heroes, right?
She's at a point where a refine would not be out of place for her. She can function, but it's significantly more niche than it was before.
That's true. Yeah.
Like if you can use her in arena, okay, cool. All the more power to you. If you can use her in arena assault, she's actually not a bad counter pick.
Yeah.